So last day I was swiping through Google and I noticed this cool gaming setup, and then I have noticed the wallpaper, and as you can see the wallpaper was moving and I really wanted to achieve that, but then I remember that unfortunately I did not have Steam's wallpaper engine installed, nor I didn't buy the engine because of the fact that you have to spend money on it and I am cheap. So I just remembered that I know how to 3D model and decided that I will do this myself. And then I had to come up with an idea of what I want to 3D model, and after 50 years of researching I have decided that I will do something regarding trains. I don't know why I chose that, but anyways, so first I started with the basic hard surface modeling, and that's basically when you just take like something like a cube and then you press a couple of buttons and boom, you have something cool. So for the first thing I had to get some photos for references, so I went to my old friend Google and typed in train inside and just dragged two photos in, and I tried to combine the looks of them both to make the train resemble as realistic as possible. And then I got this amazing idea to spice everything up, and the idea is to add squid tentacles. Don't ask me why I chose that either, because I have no idea. I just thought it would look cool. So I opened another project because my computer would explode if I run all the modeling in one project. And then I deleted the main cube and added an ecosphere, which is a weird sphere, something thingy. And then I subdivided it into more subdivisions. And then I went on the grind and sculpted until 1 a.m. And then when I thought it looked good, I re-imported it into the main project. And after that I had to rig everything up. So rigging basically means adding bones to the whole 3D model so you can actually move it around. And sometimes Blender doesn't work like that, sometimes it just messes around with weight painting and stuff, but this time fortunately it had worked, and I could have placed the bones and the tentacles correctly on the mesh. After all the tentacle modeling and after I have modeled everything like the seats and the train inside and the lights and the basic shape, I had to start doing something that I hate the most in 3D modeling, and that is making materials and textures. And I hate this because I never knew how to make them, because they always looked unnatural and basic, even if I tried to add some cool nodes and stuff. But I think I really grasped the concept correctly on making these materials. So for the first part of making everything look realistic, I just started to make some normal materials, and most of them were made up of color ramps, texture nodes, and bump nodes. And to explain it briefly, color ramps basically
usually just decide how colors are mixed or how some colors are dispersed on the object.
Okay, and then I discovered how to use something that is called ambient occlusion. And that ambient occlusion is a lifesaver because it basically makes the whole model look better. Because as you can see on the screen, if you add ambient occlusion, you can actually see darker edges, and that actually makes everything more realistic. And then I started with texturing everything manually. So to texture everything manually, you have to firstly UV unwrap the 3D model so you get all the faces dispersed on a 2D platform. Then you have to add in image texture to a material, and if the object already has a normal material, you have to use a mix node so you can draw, and then you can actually draw in the texture paint tab. But I didn't want to look basic, so I went into Google and got some free brushes that I could draw with, like dirt, blood, which I ended up using as dirt anyways, and some scratches for the seats. And then the last part of this 3D model was actually the whole lighting management. And I never knew how to make the models really stand out for what they are in the render tab. And I really had to experiment a lot with this because I wanted a darker and more moody environment, because I thought it would look cool with all the tentacles coming out of the windows in the train. And then after messing with the camera settings, everything was still kind of bland. But then I adjusted the lighting a bit, the lights. I had to experiment with 3 different type of lights, and after everything, it was still looking bland, so I just added something called dust particles. I thought that the model was looking good, so I just wanted to click the render animation button, and that's when my computer almost exploded. So now the 3D model hasn't been rendered yet, or the animations haven't been rendered. I can only show a picture of how the model is looking like for now, and you have it on the screen right now. And I will show the whole animation and how it looks on my desktop in my next video. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and see you in the next one.